What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some injury updates and some good news on Colston Loveland's injury, plus an update on quarterback Jack Tuttle. Also, Sherrone Moore talks about switching to Alex Orji, why they made the switch, and also he responds to people who think Alex Orji can't be a passer, as he has a lot of confidence in him. Plus, Donovan Edwards talks about the quarterback change, why he is confident in this team. We also got some news on Sherrone Moore's contract, and also what Sherrone Moore, Lincoln Riley said ahead of the big matchup this Saturday between Michigan and USC. And I also go over some good performances from some Michigan commits. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So to start this video, I first wanted to talk about some injury updates, and we'll share again the latest on Colston Loveland, as Sherrone Moore did appear on Inside Michigan Football Radio Show. He did give a positive update on Loveland's status, as he said that Colston is continuing to be evaluated. It was less serious than we thought, so feel positively about that, but we'll see as the week progresses. So that's definitely some good news for Michigan and for Colston Loveland. As Sherrone Moore says, it was less serious than they thought. And now the question becomes, will he be ready to go by Saturday, as that is a key player for this Michigan offense. Colston Loveland has been the most reliable target for these Michigan quarterbacks. Now, Michigan also does have Marlon Klein. He stepped up when Colston Loveland went down in the Arkansas State game. They also have freshman Hogan Hansen, who also had a touchdown catch in that game against Arkansas State, came from Alex Orji. Then obviously Michigan has Max Bredesen, mainly known as a blocker, but he can catch some passes. So if Colston Loveland isn't available this Saturday against USC, Michigan is very fortunate to have a player like Marlon Klein, but definitely, hopefully, Colston Loveland is ready to go. Sherrone Moore also talked about Jack Tuttle's injury update. He said that he's having some minor setbacks. I just go with what the doctors say on that one. So it would be nice to have Jack Tuttle healthy this week for the USC game, just in case Alex Orji in the Michigan offense is just struggling against USC, and then Michigan has another option. But I think this Michigan offense will be fine with Alex Orji in at quarterback, as long as he doesn't make mistakes. He can make a couple passes here and there. Now, Sherrone Moore did go a little bit more in depth on Alex Orji. He first said that Davis Warren, he won the job because he took care of the football in training camp and did it at a high level, and then made the plays in the pass game that he needed to, and it was a general for the offense. So the big thing was for us to see what and if that could carry over to the games. But he said protecting the football is the number one thing. You've got to do that. And he said it felt like, we had to make that change. Now, Sherrone Moore also responded to claims that Alex Orji can't be a passer. He said, I guess we'll just have to watch it and see. Feel like he can be as good as a passer as we need him to be to go win games. He said he can do the things enough for us to create explosive plays in the pass game. He also did say that we've got this offense built for him. We've always had a plan for him, so we're ready to put it on display. So that's definitely some more encouraging news, for Michigan fans. And obviously, if Alex Orji goes out, this Michigan offense just looks, a lot better than they have in the past 3 games, and they go out and they beat USC. There's going to be concerns or questions of why Michigan and Sherrone Moore didn't go with Alex Orji to start in the season, or at the beginning of the season, right away in game 1. But, Sherrone Moore explained it. He said Davis Warren, he won the job because he took care of the football in training camp and did it at a high level. However, that obviously was not what carried over to the games. And now it's Alex Orji's shot. Michigan, they have their offense built for him. They have a plan for him. And I would think, Michigan obviously probably going to go to a more run-heavy offense, which is fine. I think, getting Orji to make some completions on, short intermediate throws is definitely huge, especially early in the game against USC. Make them respect his arm. But I do really expect Michigan to go out there, test this USC defense, and try to run it down their throat. Now, Donovan Edwards, he spoke to the media. He talked about Alex Orji being named the starting quarterback, and he actually said that that's the first time that's been brought to my attention. He said that yesterday. So I'm wondering if Sherrone Moore, came out to the media, announced it to the media before he did to the team. I'm not sure if that's what happened, but it does raise a question why Donovan Edwards said that. But he did say, I'm excited for Orji. He's ready. He said that he's been prepared for this opportunity since he's been here. He did say, that Davis Ward and Alex Orji always say that they are each other's biggest supporters. Donovan Edwards also talked about, being 2-1, losing to Texas. He said, Texas is a hell of a team, but somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. It sucks, but he did say, I think that this team is in a good spot, and as long as we continue to bond and continue to play for one another, we're going to be a successful football team. But altogether, he said that he is excited for this upcoming week. Then I also wanted to talk about head coach Sherrone Moore, a little bit more about his contract that obviously him and Michigan finally came to an agreement with. And one of the hangups was figured to be protections regarding the sign stealing investigation that hung over the program last season. And in the contract obtained by USA Today Sports, it reads that Moore's contract may not be terminated for a violation of the governing rules which occurred prior to the effective date, to the extent the university had actual knowledge of the facts or alleged facts that are the basis for the violation prior to the execution of this agreement by all parties shall not be deemed a basis for termination with cause. So I think that was definitely probably one hang up and one reason why this contract was, taking a while to be agreed upon from all parties. But basically, head coach Sherrone Moore cannot be fired in relation to the Stallion scandal. However, he can be fired if something, new that they don't know about comes out, which obviously makes sense. So nothing to worry about there. But next thing I did want to talk about is Sherrone Moore, as he talked about the upcoming game against USC. And again, he was on Inside Michigan Football Radio Show on Monday night, and he said that we've got the talent. For us, it's just doing your job, and I think right now you're seeing guys really buying into that more and more and more. Sherrone Moore said offensively they're explosive. It starts with a quarterback. He said the O-line is big. I know they got a younger tackle on the left side, but they are a big O-line. And he said that Zachariah Branch, he's explosive, twitchy, a big playmaker. And he said that the defense, they just gotta be playing their fits in the run game, being where they need to be in pass coverage, and starting to tackle better. He did say, in the Arkansas State game, the first two groups, there weren't really a lot of missed tackles and guys were making plays. Sherrone Moore is also aware that Texas, they didn't throw the ball at all to Will Johnson's side. So I'll be interested to see what Wink Martindale does, how he counters that, whether he puts, a safety more towards, Jair Hill's side of the field. I'll be interested to see, whether or not he blitzes the same amount he has been, or, if he learned a little bit from the Texas game, maybe don't blitz as much as he did. But I know he does like to be aggressive, so, Miller Moss, he is a really good quarterback. This USC offense has weapons, so it's going to be up to this defense to really keep Michigan in this game, and they can't really afford to get down really early in the game like they did against Texas. So I do think this defense will do a much better job against USC because, Texas' offense is just one of the best in the country. I think USC is definitely up there, but I do think, Texas may be a little bit better. But that's just my opinion, what I've seen so far through the season and what I saw in the USC versus LSU game. Lincoln Riley speaking about Michigan, he did say, I don't think you can ignore it. It's a big game, two of the most iconic brands in the sport. He also did say, they're like most teams that have had a run of great years and had obviously a tremendous year last year. What you're judged on is so high, but he said, make no mistake about it, this is still a very, very, very good football team, and anybody that thinks they're not is crazy. So it's definitely going to be a big game. It's going to be a stripe out, Michigan's first ever. I also wanted to end this video talking about how a couple of Michigan commits performed over the weekend, as E.J. Holland of the Wolverine did provide some stats for some Michigan commits. First, quarterback Carter Smith completed 13 of 17 passes for 249 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 43-13 win. And then the 2026 quarterback Brady Hart, he completed 21 of 29 passes for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns with just 1 interception in a 39-13 win. Jasper Parker Parker, running back, had 2 touchdowns on just 8 carries. Wide receivers Andrew Marsh and Jacob Washington, they both had 4 receptions. Andrew Marsh had 76 yards and Jacob Washington had 86 yards and a touchdown. Then tight end Andrew Olesh had 4 receptions, 61 yards. Ivan Taylor continues to impress, 9 tackles, 2 pass deflections, and a return kick of 63 yards for a touchdown. So those are a couple of commits with some good stats over the weekend for Michigan. But other than that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.